It's a legal formation. We're back. It's the Super Bowl coverage. We took a little hiatus during the playoffs. Garrett Riley, the G Money's back to pick 'em for the Super Bowl special. Anyway, G, before I lose it, by the way, folks, we've had a heck of a day. The two cousin lawyers today litigating. Well, we're manning up. We're sucking it up to bring you this coverage. And what are we talking about, G? Let me start us off. Number one, KC at the 1.5 over fly equals fly. So I think that number's moved to 1, though. Yes. Talk to the fans. Yes. Let me know what the heck we're doing.
All right, we're doing Super Bowl 59. It's the Eagles and the Chiefs from the Big Easy down in New Orleans. And, yeah, it can't get bigger than this.
Three-peat?
Chiefs and Eagles. So.
Are we going three-peat? I don't know.
Yeah, the line has been holding at Kansas City favored by 1.5 for most of the week since the matchup was set, but it just moved to 1 this morning, updated from the Hard Rock Sports Betting. Got the new lines
That's
from
where
the
Legal
app.
Formation folks takes it. If you remember right from the earlier shows, we take it from the Hard Rock. Why? Because it's Tampa, it's Lauderdale, the Miami-Tampa connection. And if anybody's wondering out there, got some fan mail? No, the Hard Rock never hooked us up with anything all year.
So, yeah, Kansas City now favored by 1 across the boards. The over-under is 49.
49.
So I guess Vegas is looking at this as like a 25-24 game, very, very close.
Luke, how do you feel about that?
There, so
what we're going to do, though, for the show, cousin, is we're going to pick final score prediction, right? We're going to pick, obviously who's going to win with the spread. Mm-hmm. You'll pick the over-under, and then you've lined up a couple prop bets here to go through, as well as a little fun bet here at the end is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, since there's only one game on the docket this week, we got to put something else into this. So,
all right, Luke, let's get fired up. Illegal Formation, Super Bowl edition. All right, G-Money, talk to me. Straight away, without the score prediction, Kansas City favored by 1. Who do you like and why?
All right, so did some research on this. And looking at the defenses, Philadelphia, number 1 passing defense and number 1 total yards defense this year. Kansas City's defense, a little more middle of the pack. They are good against the run, but we know they always show up in the close games and in the biggest moments. Kansas City defense always comes through.
Okay.
They're both defenses are near the top, and points allowed per game, they're both in the top 4. So while Kansas City allows a little more yards, they bend but don't break sort of thing. Now when you look at the offense side of the ball, Kansas City, middle of the pack, but you cannot deny their weapons, Mahomes, Kelsey, the running backs, where it doesn't matter who they put back there, they always find the holes and where to go.
Difference maker, all world Hall of Fame coach.
Exactly. Philadelphia's offense, higher rated, they're number 2 in rushing, and they're top 10 in points per game. Obviously, the rushing comes from the phenom, Saquon Barkley.
Say it again, Luke. Saquon.
And I got some intangibles that I'll get into when I make my prediction, but I don't know if we should hand the ball off to Rob first.
Take it by the laces, baby.
To make his predictions and his thoughts.
I'm throwing it down.
Thoughts first.
Fly, Eagles, fly. The suspense is over. I'm taking the Eagles with the point straight away. I'm picking it exclusively for one reason, Luke. The linemen. Unbelievable job all year for Philadelphia. They got some of the biggest offensive linemen. I see them holding. I see them pushing through. I see them opening up for Saquon. They got to control the ground game. They got to clip points off the boards. Don't get in a shootout with Mahomes. We don't need to do that. I think look for ground and pound. I think that Kansas City's D-line's not going to get away with what they did to the Bills. I saw a ton of offsides. I saw a ton of jumping. And I think the Bills probably regret not handing the rock off. I think the Eagles learn a little bit of that. When you look at that divisional round playoff, Bills were getting like 5-6 a carry, but they just didn't go to the rock enough. I think the Eagles learn from that. I think they do. Now, obviously, Andy Reid, I think he's the best coach in football right now. I think he is a difference maker. But I think look for play action in the second half. Look at everything going Saquon. I think Hurst goes over the top, finds his receivers when he needs to. I think he's composed. I don't think he needs to be the star to win it. I think they have the manpower to do it. Now, number two, If I'm the Eagles, I'm taking a cue from the Bucks. Last team to beat them in the Super Bowl, line them up. You got to get Mahomes on the run. I heard a stupid take today that, hey, if Mahomes is rolling out and he's throwing, he's dangerous. He's not that guy. You got to hit him. You got to hit him often. You got to put him on his back. I don't think there is a big a threat. I just saw too many games where they barely won. I hate to go against the best in the business, but I just feel like gut time decision with the one straight away. I'm going Eagles, and I'm going to hold my score prediction until after I hear what you got to say on the picker.
Yeah, no, I hear everything you said. Philadelphia, obviously a really good team. They were here in the Super Bowl less than 2 or 3 years ago when they met Kansas City the first time. But yeah, a lot to like about Philadelphia. I mean, receivers are good, quarterback doesn't get rattled, all-star running back. The defense to front line is great, Jalen Carter and those guys. So yeah, they're a formidable opponent, but I just don't see how you go against Kansas City.
That's tough. It's tough.
Here's some of the intangibles that I was thinking about. If the offenses and defenses are pretty much even matched, and it's going to come down to intangibles, I'm going with the coaching, with Andy Reid,
Perfect sense.
and Spagnuolo.
He's a killer.
Yeah, I just think that with time to prepare, they're going to put these guys in the right place at the right time. And with Kansas City's defense, Chris Jones, I mean, he's one of the best top 5 defensive players in the game.
You think he can
so
box
he could
up
be a difference
Saquon?
maker.
You think they can hold him?
Yeah, I think they can let Saquon, just know he's going to beat you in certain respects. Just don't let him take over the game. And I just don't see how Philadelphia is going to generate enough offense just running the ball.
It's not a 4 TD kind of Saquon performance.
Exactly. I think he got it. But I think that Jones can help frustrate Saquon if they start bottling him up, and then Hurts starts feeling the pressure to throw it downfield. And if the receivers can get jammed up or frustrated,
can't get to AJ.
They get mad really easy. A.J. Brown could lose his cool in the first quarter if he doesn't get the ball, or if there's a penalty that goes against him or something.
Handle the pressure in the big games, Luker.
I think the pressure, Kansas City handles it.
Has been there, done that a million times.
Exactly. Coaching, and then I think it's going to come down to field goals. I'm picking Kansas City 24-21. Philadelphia's in the bottom third of the league in field goal accuracy this year. So their kicker's not aces as much as Harrison Butker is for the Chiefs.
I like that call.
So yeah, and finally, the last thing I will say on why I'm picking Kansas City 24-21.
With the field goal to win it. I love it.
Yeah, the Chiefs are wearing white. Luke, did you know that 16 out of the last 19 Super Bowl winners were wearing white jerseys?
Luke, how do you feel about that?
So I'm backing that. I also, the Taylor Swift effect. So yeah, I'm in on the Chiefs. It feels like betting against Tom Brady. I mean, how are you going to bet against Mahomes and Andy Reid? It's like betting against Brady and Belichick. I could be wrong, but knowing what we know now, I just don't see how you can go against Kansas City. So that's my pick, and I'm locking it in.
Luke, this is going to be a good one. You might have to be the tiebreaker. G-Money goes 24-21 with Chiefs. I took the Eagles. I'm going Eagles 27-21. I think they do it by a full score. And I think what they do, Luke, I'm going to call I'm all over the place. Too much litigation today, Luker. I'm going to call that Mahomes doesn't get the ball on the last drive. I'm going to call Saquon running it. Touchdown. Doesn't leave enough time on. They win by 6. Ball game.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, Luke? Now, that leads us right to the next one. Luke, the over and under is 49. So I think what just happened there is that the G Unit and I both picked the under. Am I looking at that right, G?
Well, you've got it at 49. So wait, we're both under. Yeah,
I'm at 48 total, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're at 48.5. All right, so right there that we're both agreeing. Luke, mark the tape. The cousins are both taking the under on this. Now, this is where it gets fun, Luker. This is where it gets fun out there to the public.
Yeah.
We're going to go a couple prop bets right here. First prop bet means little fun ones, Luke. Ready for this? Can Saquon go over or under 111 and a half yards? I love the fact that they throw in the half.
He's got to get to 112
to
win if you're going over.
Is he going to rush for 112 yards, yes or no, to the G money? Taking the over or under here.
I would take the over just because he's likely, or he's shown that he can rip a 40, 50, 60, 75-yard run like it's nobody's business. So if he does that at one point in the game, he's halfway there. And I feel like they're going to have to keep giving him the ball to try to open up the passing game and to try to seal this game and take the timeout, take the ball out of Mahomes' hands, like you said. So, yeah, I mean, I'd go with Saquon over. I mean, I like Saquon. Let him run loose. That would be fun to see. I'd love to see him doing some spin moves and hurdles and Matrix-type stuff out there. So, yeah.
I got to back you, cousin, because I'm taking, and I think Saquon's the difference maker, 2,000 yards rushing in a season. I don't think he's going to throw up 225 or some kind of nut job number in a Super Bowl. But I think he gets around that 115 to 20 yard, slowing the clock down. We're both taking the over, but not by massive amounts. Yeah. I like it.
Another star in the game, Patrick Mahomes. His passing yard over-under is 251.5.
You got to get to 252, huh?
So based on the kind of the game script that you're thinking, do you think Mahomes can get over that?
I'm laying the money on the under. I think he's going to hit the under routes. I don't think he's going over the top. I think the Eagles are going to try to press him. I think look for Kelsey down low where they keep dumping him the ball. I don't think he gets beat deep. And at the end of the day, the Eagles have to control that. If Mahomes goes for 252 or more, it's over for the Eagles. It's trouble.
Yeah.
That's how I'm looking at it.
I agree with that point, and I also agree with you that I think he's going to go under. I think the Chiefs just have too many ways to move the ball, with running and just different things that they do, reverses, who knows what they're capable of pulling out. But, yeah, I just don't see this as like a real shootout type game. I see it more of a low-scoring, grind it out type of game, and I just don't know if Mahomes is going to be able to have enough.
And I like the Eagles secondary. I think they can cover. I think they got some guys who can lay the wood back there. Mm-hmm. And I'd be surprised if they get broke open to a big downfield.
Yep.
Talk to me about the third one on the prop bet. This is the one that Luke's been holding out for right here.
Yeah, so we thought it'd be fun to go with Kelsey. 61.5 is the over-under on his receiving yards for Travis Kelsey in the Super Bowl. 61.5 yards.
Where are you thinking here, G?
It's going to go, I'll take the over, 61.5. I think they're going to have to rely on their stars in this game, and there's no bigger stars really than Travis Kelsey. I mean, the guy's been doing it forever, and he shows up in the big games right when they need him. So I think look to him to go a lot because, like you said about the Eagles cornerbacks, there might be some room underneath for Kelsey.
100%.
So.
And the Chiefs are the masters of finding that man-to-man coverage. They're the masters of just playing in space. He breaks off of routes all the time. He looks for Mahomes. They know what they're reading. The last team to stop this guy, Kelsey, was our Tampa Bay Bucks. They figured out how to pressure Mahomes, couldn't release the ball. Even though I like the Eagles D, they're not with the Bucks, with Shaq Barrett and Pierre-Paul and Big Sue and all the pressure that they were getting. I don't see that happening. I'm going to agree with you on the over, but I don't think he is going over 100. I think it's going to be those under routes. I think you're going to see him lower the shoulder trying to run people over. I think it's a bend, don't break scenario, and I think that's how I think the Eagles would be happy to just get in a field goal battle. Just let the Chiefs kick field goals. Just don't let them put it in the in the red. Yeah. So I'm going with you. That's a clean sweep right there, Luke. So G and I are both going Saquon over the 111.5, which is basically 112. We're both going under on Mahomes at 252, 251.5. And we're both going Kelsey above the 61.5. So he's got to get 62 yards. Luke, I hope you're writing this down because this is serious business.
Yeah.
Now, here's the fun. This is the fun one I like right here.
Yeah, you can get some good odds on this next bet. What color is the Gatorade going to be for the winning team when they dump it on the coaches' heads and everyone's heads, and the winning team is celebrating, whether it's the Eagles or the Chiefs? What color is the Gatorade going to be?
Luke, this is all or nothing. This right here might be bigger than the outcome of the game. Luke, this is where we picked the wrong team, but we still could make all our money back. How do you feel about that, Luke? What do you have for the audience?
So the options colors are, you go purple, and I don't know why yellow and green is combined, but yellow and green is combined. Orange, red and pink are combined. Blue, you can have clear or water at plus 900. Yeah. Or if there's no Gatorade bath at all, you could really cash in at plus 2,500. So the other ones are all like plus 200, plus 400.
Luke, this is the one where you're staying up and you are going to be laser focused. For some reason, the plus 650 blue was just jumping out at me. I love the orange. I'm an orange guy, but the Michael Jordan citrus cooler isn't there. But I see a blue wave coming over the top. It's easy to drink during the game. Players love it. I think we're going to have it in full supply. And I say, Luke, at 650, lay the money. It's a lock. It's a can't miss, Luker, at blue Gatorade bath.
Yeah, and I'm kind of sticking with, saying the Chiefs are going to wear white and the Chiefs' other color is red. And I think if they win and they three-peat, I don't know. I'm looking for red Gatorade as well, and that's plus 650. So I'm going red Gatorade just to keep in line with my other
I like that.
picks.
It's a little too sugary, I think, on the field. That's why I'm taking the blue, Luke, But I like it. Luke, here's the idea. We got a 1-point spread. We got final prediction scores of 24-21, 27-21. We got the over and under of 49, both of us under. We got Saquon, Mahomes, Kelsey, and we finish it off with Gatorade. It can't get better than that, than a Super Bowl performance right there. Good work, G. Yeah. I like it.
And Super Bowl parties, Luke, Bill Burr hates them. Said because people talk during the game and they're quiet during the commercials. And when the game comes back on, they just want to talk about the commercials. How much did it cost? Was that funny? What did you think? And he's trying to watch the game, and everyone's talking about the commercial. So I'm with him on that, but I do love a good Super Bowl party. Can't go wrong,
Luke,
with the food and the excitement.
Luke, don't be Bill.
Look alive, Luke.
Yeah. Let's take us to the next level. Hey, that's legal formation. It was a blast this year for Garrett, for Rob. We appreciate everybody with the support. We love the comments. We appreciate the views. We appreciate Luke putting this thing together. Stay tuned. Maybe a little posting on the gram when it comes to the big game Sunday. Everybody stay safe. Enjoy the game. That's a legal formation. Bum, 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 bum. Let's go, Luke.
Show us your touchdown dance.